It's very special. We talked about it on the stage today. Next year will be our 10th anniversary. The first 10 years of Marvel Studios. It's been beyond our wildest dreams. Our dream was, let's make a movie ourselves. And that was Iron Man 1. And to be in this position, and Robert and I were just talking about it backstage, to be in this position almost 10 years down the line is incredible. And bringing out on stage today D23, Avengers, and Guardians, and Doctor Strange, and Black Panther, and Spider-Man is in the universe now. It is overwhelming, and it was very, very humbling being out there for the D23 Expo today. Well, I mean, the D23 is all about the fans, is all about people who love the same things. It's the same things I love, it's the same things all of those cast members up on stage love. And being able to show, a lot of the actors saw the footage for the first time while they were on stage today. So the actors seeing it for the first time with the fans, I think they were geeking out as much, if not more, than the audience was, is very, very special. It really is an embarrassment of riches, and seeing this amazing ensemble that we've assembled is humbling. I mean, it really is. It is, I think, the best group and the biggest group of actors ever assembled for a single overarching storyline. And having them all, they were shooting just yesterday in Atlanta, and they got on a plane, they flew all night, and they all came out here, and guess what? They're all going to fly back and keep working on it. But how could we pass up D23?
I think we don't even know what to do right now. I mean, that's the first time I've seen anything, we've seen anything, so it's speechless.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Everybody seemed to get way more than what they expected. Oh, he is. He loves the comic books. He loves the stories, and he loves to see it evolve. The universe evolves. So now we're at the point where, all of it, he's living his dream. So, that's all you can ask for.
Oh yeah, nah. It's. I mean, even beyond on stage, it's always exciting seeing everybody. Because some people you work with briefly, some people you work with a lot, some people you get to hang out with, some people you haven't just yet. So, but it's always fun, and it's always actors that you admire, and you watch their other movies that they do outside of the Marvel universe. So it's just fun, like it's almost like an all-star game. Right, yeah. We sat down on it. I think all of us sat down on the edge of the stage and watched it. So it was, I don't know who else hadn't seen it, but for me, it was. I watched it as a fan, It was just a very wide stage and a wide audience. So it's massive. It's like an ocean of people out there, and they were so excited for literally every person that came out. You saw how much they love these movies, and the assembly of all of us together. It was incredible. It was incredible to watch it.
It's kind of an amazing thing. It's magical, especially for me, because I've wanted this for years and years and years. Even before I did Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, I was saying I pray that one day there's a crossover, because I wanted to be involved in this. And I was such a fan of Iron Man. And Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. I just wanted to be involved in that somehow. So yeah, actually, for it to come to fruition is pretty amazing. Yeah, it is. It's very surreal, and it's a little bit overwhelming. If you think about it, too much, you kind of get really wrapped up in it. But it is, yeah. I mean, it's like a who's who out there, as far as comic book characters and also performers. I mean, there's just really some amazing performers that are involved in the Marvel Universe. So yeah, no, it is. It's a bit overwhelming, man. It's crazy. Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. You know what's so great about, because Kevin came up to me before, because he wanted to go over everything as we go out, and he went over his spiel, and this is what we're going to do, and you could see how excited he is, and then you really just get a sense of, he's just a fan first, and I think that's why Marvel Universe, or Marvel Studios, has been so successful, because he's just a major fan, which is what I am, what I like to consider myself as well. So yeah, no, it's really great, but that's the magic touch that he brings to it. He's a fan first.
Well, it's great when you have people who are so plugged in and really enthusiastic about what we have coming out, and it's great for us too, because none of us have ever seen any of the footage. So it's fun for all of us, and it's not often that we get to see each other. So everything's just been a lot of fun. No, it's great. Obviously, that Marvel has been able to continue with these storylines, with each of these characters, and find places for everybody to be involved. And I don't know how they do it, but it's great.
No, it's fun to get the reveal. You know, I haven't even seen the reveal. You know, you're doing this stuff and it's great conceptually and you're happy to be a part of it. And I know a lot of these guys from, you know, we're all kind of old school guys except for like Tom, Spider-Man. It's a kid. He's a little kid. But it's really nice to be a part of it. But when you see the actual manifestation, it's fun. I'm still reeling. It's a really good time. The reaction is great. I mean, for me, I'm a newbie, you know, but the reaction of so many people where you have Spider-Man that just came out, so it's current in people's minds, and I mean, that reaction could have broken glass, and you have Hulk, and I remember talking to Mark, and I was like, when I first got into it, I was like, what's this like? And he was like, I'm on stage, and I feel like an idiot, and I don't know what I'm doing, and then I see the movie, and I go, oh my God, I'll do anything you want. I'll do it naked, I'll do it, whatever you want. It doesn't matter, because what they're able to do just with this cutting edge technology is incredible. It makes every fantasy come true, literally.
It felt so special to have so many of the amazing cast members of Avengers all together. And then there were 7,000 people in the audience and they were all Marvel fans and they were screaming the house down. And it just felt like electricity. I'm just so grateful that I got to experience that. It was such a high. Honestly, it's just this like beautiful reminder that we get to have throughout an epically long shoot. I mean, it's been going since January. It'll probably go until December. It's all year. You know, it's really hard work. And then we get to do something like this where we see the reception from the fans, and it makes everything so worth it because you're like, people are so passionate about what we're making, and it's just so rare and cool to have that. I think it's so great to just celebrate all things Disney together and just have all of these Disney fans who are so excited about the projects and be able to experience this and just have it be like all of the Disney fans together.
Since, yes, we're all part of that family, yes, and share it with our Disney family. Yeah, man, it was pretty amazing. And just to see 10 years of cinematic history converge on one stage at this moment in time was awe-inspiring. I am in constant amazement that I am included with this group, and yeah, and it's never quite as it's always more awesome than you think it's going to be. So you're like, oh yeah, we're all going to show up there and we'll hang out, and then you walk out there and it's just, look at these, and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on. I mean, I remember if there was 7 of you on a stage, that was an event, and now there's 17 of us, and it's just, there's nothing else like it in cinematic history. I mean, it's just it spans so many different stories, so many different worlds. It's so lush. The writing's great. The characters are great. We love them all. The personalities are great, and the technology is impeccable. So it's yeah, it's always more exciting and satisfying than you can imagine it being.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was really amazing to be with all these incredible actors and the director and Kevin Feige, and to hear all these people applaud and being so excited to see the footage. It was great. Oh yeah, but that's why we make these movies too. And I remember being actually in the audience of these kind of movies, you know. I used to be not a part of it, but to watch them and being so excited about them, you know.
It was, you know, one of the maddest things I ever just did. I mean, just walking out there and seeing that many people, because I had the camera shot gives you the sense that there are about 100 people in there.
Yeah, you can't really.
And then I went out, and it was just in this enormous cavernous space.
Very wide.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people hidden in the corners. So a lot of people and a lot of screaming, and it's really exciting to see how people react when they hear or see someone's name or see them on screen, and it's really exciting.
It was great. It was amazing. I mean, you know, I think we really surprised the audience with the footage. It was intentional misdirect to make sure that they didn't expect it, And then when they finally realized they were getting it, I thought it was really for me, one of the more special moments I've had as a filmmaker. It's pretty incredible, and frankly, it's like a third of our cast. You know, I was literally looking at it going, wow, so many people aren't even here. But that's the fun of it, making this movie, and the challenge of it is the size and scale of it. It's incredible. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm a fanboy myself, so I was literally standing backstage watching the reverse of the screen, so all the images were flipped, and I got chills when I saw Mary Poppins with the umbrella and the Lion King footage and Star Wars. I mean, I was geeking out myself, so hilariously, I then had to walk out and present my own footage, but it's hard to separate. So I used to sit in that seat, so I want to make sure that, you know, the people who are coming here are getting the same feeling that I wanted to get when I would come to an event like this. It's great to see their responses, you know, and because you know, some of them play CG characters, so they don't really see their work until the CG's been done on the character, and you know, they love to feel the excitement of the crowd, and it gives them a real sense of, like, you know, how important a movie this is to Marvel and to the storytelling that they've all been involved in for the last 10 years. This is it. I mean, it's fascinating because I think it's an unprecedented experiment in filmmaking where multiple franchises are interwoven into one major narrative. And I think, you know, what's really special is, you know, being able to, you know, write the final chapters of that book with these next two Avengers movies. And, you know, again, as a comic book collector and a fanboy, I got to pinch myself sometimes.
The Koalition.